Hey guys, I want to give you all a walkthrough of how we are using a Novation LaunchPad to fire lighting and ProPresenter slides and whatnot. So just give you a kind of run through of what I have labeled out here. We have our basic play, stop, follow. We have all kind of our service elements, different songs. And then we have for our center screen, which is up there, I can control the slides. So if I want to go to slide 2, which is actually not a slide 2 on that, there's a slide 2, slide 1. And then down here in the lower right hand corner, we're using this to fire off Wirecast, which we use to record and stream backup for our other campuses. So I'm able to fire that from down here. So all the magic for this is actually happening in Bome MIDI Translator. I'm using that to light up the LaunchPad with the various colors and to create the blinking and flashing and everything. So Bome is where it's all programmed in, and then we're using Ableton to actually fire the cues. So we have some like ProPresenter slides that are fired via this lyrics track, lighting, center screen lyrics, and then this control is just where I'm sending some data from Ableton to the LaunchPad to create like the blinking lights to show that's the current status of where we're at. So let me show you in Bome how I'm doing this. I have a LaunchPad set up, and in focus here, and this is where I have variables set for all the colors. So I can go in here into the rules and have set my colors for, and I just went ahead and put every single button that's on all 64 buttons in here. Some just have a color of 0, which is just off, and so I just went and put them in there, and if I need a color on a button, then I just put in the number of the color. I have another translator that turns everything on. It turns all the buttons on, and that's just a big, huge, long MIDI message that is assigning every button to a variable in my variables rule set here. And in order to activate it, we just double press the user button that's up here, user 2, press it once and press it twice, and then that will activate all the lights. And then I have some other translators for selecting a playlist for our center screen. So like this select playlist and playlist active, that's all for these 2 buttons right here. And one is just to select it, have another one to, so if I select it and it starts flashing, if I select playlist 2, it starts flashing to let me know that that's active. And then I also have some things where I'm receiving a MIDI note from the MIDI network on a virtual MIDI port, and I'm interpreting that to make the lights flash as well. Have the same thing for slides. Basically it takes 3 translators for each slide, so I've only done 6 thus far. Here's my Ableton markers. So these are these little MIDI notes right here on my control track, and so if I hit walk-in, it's queued it up. It's queued up to our walk-in locator, and then as it's playing along, if I go down here and I hit play, and as soon as it passes that marker, it starts flashing green. So that means that's actually active. So if it's pulsing on and off, that means it's queued up. And then if it starts flashing green, that is active. Also have there's my Wirecast translators where I can start, run through, start stream, archive, stop, and whatnot. And then here's all of our Ableton MIDI notes to MIDI show control for our Jands Vista console, which we are also firing via Ableton on our lighting track. There we go. There's some of our lighting cues for that. So that is how we are using the Novation LaunchPad. It's a Mark II with Ableton and Jands Vista, ProPresenter, and Wirecast.